Super excited to be here with you all. Um, really sorry again for starting the webinar a little bit late, but I guess that we're all here and we can get started. So super excited. I'm here with David Stone from 365 Villas. David,
Hello.
great having you.
Thank you for having me, Daniel. It's a pleasure to speak as always.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have on in the background, we have Marahi from the product specialist team here at PriceLabs. She will be helping us. If you guys have any questions and you just can't wait until the end of the webinar, go ahead and start asking those questions and she'll be taking care of those. We also have Christiana from the partnerships team. She will be just shadowing this call for now. So we can get starting. We can get started. Super excited. We're going to be talking about maximizing revenue in the Caribbean. And of course, we're going to talk a little bit about PriceLabs, who we are, what we do. And of course, also, David is going to give us a quick intro on 365 Villas, this fantastic PMS with whom we have an integration. We're long-time partners, and it's really cool to have you here. We will be digging more into smarter pricing and seamless operations. You know, what you can achieve as a property manager or as a host when you integrate both 365 Villas and PriceLabs all together, right? That combination of having the PMS working alongside with the RMS, revenue management services or systems, and the property management system as well. So let's keep started. David Stone, Sales Director at 365 Villas here with me. I'm Daniel Zamata, Senior Solutions Consultant at PriceLabs. And this is a little bit on what we will be touching on. I'll be introducing PriceLabs, explaining a little bit on how the PriceLabs algorithm works. We will be showing some market trends for the Caribbean market. And then David will also introduce this fantastic PMS 365 Villas. We will be talking about how the integration with PriceLabs work, and some of the amazing features and solutions that 365 has here for us today. And also close it up with 5 tips to get the most out of PriceLabs. And of course, we couldn't leave without giving you a little treat. So there's a surprise for everyone that sticks around until the very end of this webinar. So let's talk a little bit about PriceLabs. We are a revenue management and dynamic pricing solutions for pretty much any type of accommodation product. We can talk about short-term properties. We can talk about vacation rentals, boutique hotels, villas, RV and campgrounds, tree houses, anything that is an accommodation product. We got you covered. Our company started back in 2014. As of today, we price through our dynamic pricing product more than 500,000 listings in over 150 countries with over 70,000 customers around in all these 125 countries. Our products are translated and we have the option for you to show the product in 6 different languages. And our team is located pretty much around the world, the Americas, Europe, Asia, and pretty much everywhere. Especially for those looking for a quick response time and customer support, we got you covered as well on that end. Talking about the products, we have 4 great products. Our core product is the dynamic pricing product. This is a product in which we do a scrapping of all the Airbnb listings out there and VRBO listings. And we're about to expand booking.com as well. and we look into those market factors and demand patterns so that the algorithm can come up with the best recommended price for any open date that you have for each one of those properties that you have integrated with us. So again, we look into all the market factors, demand patterns, and we give you the best price recommendation for those properties that you have connected with us. This could be for either one property, or if you have a portfolio of multiple properties, we can work with you. Then we have the portfolio analytics product. It's a product in which it's let's say a dashboard where you can see how your properties are performing, and so that you can make, of course, better decisions. And then we have the market dashboard products. This is a business intelligence type of product in which you can type in an address and also a bedroom category property with a bedroom category, so the number of rooms for that specific type of property. And you can look at historical data on how properties within that specific market have been performing over the last 2 years. So we look into revenue, booking window, length of stay, average length of stay, RevPAR, ADR, occupancy, of course, and a few more. And then we have the Revenue Estimator Pro. This is a product in which you can create estimates for potential property. If you're talking with an investor or a customer of yours, and you want to understand what's the potential that a property has within a market, right? So for very robust products that will help you, and at the end of the day, this is what it's important. It's going to help you be more competitive, but also make better decisions when you're pricing out your properties, and when you're also deciding whether it makes sense or not to invest or to start an operation in a market, and why not. So let's touch back again on how the pricing algorithm works, or PriceLabs algorithm works. Like I said, we do a data collection. This is the part in which we look into all the properties that are out there on Airbnb. We process that data. So we look into block removals, making sure that we're not taking into account maybe properties that have been blocked, and we're not taking that into consideration as performance, duplicate listings, ghost listings, etc. And then this is, the part in which the algorithm kicks in, the hyperlocal pulse recommendation. It's going to take, again, all those market factors and demand patterns that I was just mentioning before. And of course, the capability for the user to customize the product in a way that it reflects their expectations. So we're talking about last-minute discounts, orphan discounts, occupancy-based adjustments, so far-out pricing, multiple features that are going to allow you to price the properties and model a little bit the system in a way that it reflects your expectations when it comes to your financial performance. Then the system is going to synchronize that data. It could be directly into Airbnb. If you're starting to grow, and I think that this is something that David's going to share with us, it's worth looking into a PMS, and of course, 365 being a great option for all of you that are looking for a PMS, especially if you're in the Caribbean, because we're happy, I guess this is something that Dave is going to talk about, but very excited to announce that 365 is starting to expand in the Latin American and the Caribbean market. So if you're looking into, get a PMS, definitely reach out to David and the 365 Villas team. And going back, step number 6, performance, right? We look into what's going on through the portfolio analytics product that we offer, and so that you can, or the pacing charts as well, so that you can make those reports and make better decisions. Awesome. So now let's talk about what's happening within the Caribbean market. And when we talk about the Caribbean, it's David, it's crazy to think that when we started creating these deck for this webinar, when we talk about the Caribbean, there's so many different countries out there in the Caribbean. So yeah, we're taking into account 31 countries in the Caribbean, and I'll be happy. Actually, Marahi, I think that I sent you the list of all these countries that we took into consideration to create this report. So maybe if you want to share that with everyone, there you go, guys. So just so that you have an idea of what are the countries and the markets that we're talking about when we talk about the Caribbean market. And the first thing that we can do, of course, is talk about how is pacing doing for these markets, right? So basically, what we're seeing is that 2025 occupancy, it's expected to remain stable when we compare that occupancy with the 2024 performance metrics. Here in this chart, we're looking at pacing. So we have the 2024 and 2025 final occupancy, right? Up until July 2025. And then we have how we are pacing right now, represented by the red line. And then compared to the gray line, which is the same month 1 year ago. So basically, this is important because as we're sitting in these months of July, August, September, we can see how occupancy is dropping. That's because we haven't closed that specific month of the year. This is future. So as of today, let's say for the month of August, we're seeing that the whole Caribbean market has a 14% occupancy. Last year, same time last year, it was at 16%, so we're pacing a little bit behind, but it ended up, so we still have 15 days remaining, but last year it ended up at 41. So this is kind of how we read this graph with these charts when you see occupancy for 2025 versus 2024. Now we have the same information, but for the ADR, average daily rate. So we're seeing that the average daily rate, it's expected to increase in 2025 compared to 2024. And we can definitely see that by looking into the red line, and we see that it's way above the levels that were showing last year. So August 2024, we saw an average daily rate of 164. This year, we're seeing an average daily rate of 210 for August, and we still haven't closed the month of August. Now, many may ask themselves, why are we seeing this change and this difference? I might not know the final answer, but one thing that I can think of is maybe there are more bigger properties coming in the market and more supply with bigger, let's say more room count that allows them to charge a little more, and then and that's the reason why that red line might show above the 2024 final numbers. This is just one reason that I can think of, right? Okay, good. And I don't know if we're getting any questions. I'm not seeing any questions so far. But again, if you're wondering something, or if you have any questions about, PriceLabs and why not, please go ahead and ask them through the chat window. Now, the booking window, right? And for those of you who don't know what the booking window is, that's going to be the moment from which someone places a booking for a property until the moment they check into that property. That lead time, it's what we also call the booking window. And we're seeing that in 2025, that booking window has decreased by 8% when we compare it to 2024. So It's important, of course, to understand the booking window for every market in which we operate, because it gives us an idea of, or a better idea on when should I start promoting my properties and when not. We definitely don't want to leave any money on the table and start discounting on properties when it's not the right time, but we also don't want to be charging full price for the properties if people are probably not ready to book. So things to keep in mind when we're looking into these KPIs, so that we make more informed decisions and get the most out of our properties. And finally, we look at the length of stay, 2025 compared to 2024 again, and we can see that the length of stay is expected to increase by 4% as compared to 2024. So also, this is important because as we learn about the length of stay KPIs for our properties or portfolios, we can set better minimum stay restrictions, for example. Is one of the things that I can think of when I look into the length of stay metric or KPI, right? We definitely want to make sure that we create a higher yield strategy. So maybe being more flexible within the last minute time frame for properties, and then we maybe be more strict when we look at the far out. So that, of course, we definitely just don't want anyone to be booking our properties for one night when we know that we have an important holiday where usually they'll book for like 4 or 5 days, 6 days, right? Especially in these type of markets. So length of stay is super important looked at, and we're seeing how it's increasing by 4% compared to 2024. So now, David, I guess it's on you.
Thank you, Daniel.
Tell us a little bit more about 365.
Yes, so thank you, Daniel. And as Daniel mentioned, we've been ever growing in the Caribbean. It's always been one of the strongest markets that we have. Am I in control of the slides? Yeah, there we go. So 365, who we are. We were founded by our CEO, David Payet, in 2015. As mentioned, we are ever growing. So we currently have users in 60 different locations. The system comes in 5 languages: English, Spanish, French, Italian, and Portuguese. And part of our offering is a channel manager where we are preferred partners with both VRBO and Airbnb. We've also had some awards from Capterra and GetApp. The system is probably built for professionals. So we do have property managers with less than 20 properties, but it's mainly used by property managers from 20 to, we put 500 there, but we also have some managing over 1,000 units in 365 villas. It can support any type of property. So we have many using 365 to manage their villas, but apartments, cottages, all types of inventory. We are an all-in-one platform. So we also, as part from the channel manager and being a property management software, we also offer websites, WordPress themed websites. We have many users currently using our WordPress themes, so more than happy to share some examples. It helps you manage bookings, messaging. We have a very strong integrated accounting, very strong owner reports with owner login. Really, the platform centralizes everything to one place so that it's easy for you to build reports, see reports, be able to manage everything with all the channels as well as your website. And our unified interface helps you with multiple tools as well as reducing the operational complexity. So this is from saving information from one property to many, being able to see all of the accounting reports, and obviously making them available to your owners. We also have integration with other third parties, our dynamic pricing tools with PriceLabs, which is what we're going to focus on today.
David, you let me know when you want me to go move on.
Yes, we're good to move to the next slide, please.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you. Okay, so
Oh,
no
my
worries.
bad. My bad. There you go.
So as Daniel has been explaining, our integration with PriceLabs allows our users to manage everything to do with pricing in PriceLabs. Those prices will seep into 365, which will then allow you on your calendar to be able to see the pricing that you are setting for all of the channels as well as your website. It automatically syncs with 365 Villas, so there's no manual entry needed, and everything is in real time. So on a daily basis in the seasonal rates in 365, you'll be able to see the pricing that is being automated for those specific dates. It's as easy as to set it up once, and then from then on, you can just leave it work by itself, and those prices will give you the best revenue possible. We can move to the next slide. So this setup allows the smart pricing to manage all of your inventory, whether it's pushing to channels or to your website. What does that do? That allows you to save time. No need to build any of your pricing settings, and it also allows you to not have to do any research, so that the PriceLabs tool is able to give the best pricing possible for your company or for your property. It also will maximize your revenue. With the real-time changes, with different gaps, optimizing high season rates, basically it's there to give you the best price as well as the best occupancy based on the AI that PriceLabs uses. It also reduces human error. You know, if you're setting seasons for various properties, it's very easy to put a wrong number, not realize, and then a booking comes in. So this is really reducing any type of human error. And most importantly, we see this with our users. It really allows you to scale, right? Setting this pricing, doing all of that research, that all takes a lot of time. All of that time can be put towards making other areas of your business stronger, putting that time towards making more profits. So yeah, it very much helps you scale, whether you have 5, 10, 15, 20, or over 100 properties. Sorry, if you could go to the next slide.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, synchronizing pricing. So the minimum stay will come from 365 Villas. So that is something that you will set in 365 Villas. Once that pricing from PriceLabs is inside 365 Villas, set into your calendar as well as your seasons, it then branches out to all of the channels you're working with, whether it's booking.com, Airbnb, VRBO, also for your website. And then what you can also do with the channels is have a markup so that your PriceLabs price is your net rate. In 365, there's also the possibility of adding taxes as well as services, whether they are services that come with every booking or services that you can add in case the guest wants a breakfast, massage, any kind of service that's available during the stay.
I guess now it's back to me, right,
That's
David?
back to you, Daniel. Thank you.
Awesome. Now, super interesting stuff that you're telling us about 365. Definitely one of our most robust and powerful integrations, and it's been a great partner of PriceLabs. So, if you're looking for a PMS, if you feel like your portfolio is growing and you need a system and improve your tech stack and bring on a PMS that's going to help you, manage all this and make the most based on all the things that David just shared with us. Uh, this is by far the right tool for you. So let's talk
Yeah,
about.
just before that, I also wanted to add the other two things that are very important is the user experience, especially when in the property management software. Making it as simple and as easy to use is something that we really work hard on. And with our feedback from our users, we're really able to ensure that everyone finds it easy to use a tool. And then just lastly, the customer-centric part, offering free onboarding and being available at any time is something that can really help you, whether it's just setting up your property or looking to scale in any way. Sorry, Daniel.
No, that's great. That's great. Thank you so much for adding that as well. Let me just go back and resume the presentation. So here it is. So now I just wanted to share 5 tips to get the most out of PriceLabs once you've integrated it with 365, or even if you're not really working with a PMS right now. I mean, that's okay. We're sure that when the time comes, you're gonna make the right decisions and work with the best tools out there. And 365 and PriceLabs both together are one of those. So tip number one: standard customizations driven by market with respect to demand and seasonality. So one of the things that are cool about PriceLabs when you start integrating those properties from the PMS is that you're going to see 5 different presets that are what we call the smart presets that are automatically, of course, preset in a way that are working in your favor because it takes into account local demand, seasonality, and all those different patterns of that specific market where your property is located, and it's going to set you up with different customizations. What are those 5 customizations? Last minute discounts, orphan gap discounts, booking residency factor, occupancy based adjustment, and far out pricing. So let the system work for you. Focus on always setting the right base price, and then the system should be in enough of a good shape to start syncing those prices out to the PMS so that the PMS can set those prices out to each one of these different channels where you have your properties connected to. And that, should be a good starting point for you to start looking on how your properties are going to perform better. So tip number 2, metrics to compare with your market. PriceLabs, you can customize the pricing dashboard page in a way that you set the different KPIs that you want to keep track of. And so, of course, it's always important that when you're looking into those KPIs that you compare yourself with the market, because that's really the only indicator that's going to tell you how are you actually performing. And that would be how are you doing this compared to what the market is showing, right? So always, set it up in a way that you have all those KPIs that you want to keep track of so that you can look into how your properties are doing compared to what the market is showing. And when they ask me about revenue management, we tend to forget about the importance that minimum stay rules they have when we're talking about revenue management as a discipline, right? So also one of the very cool things about PriceLabs is that once you set up a property, you can go into the minimum stay engine, recommendation engine, and you can get a list of let's say minimum stay recommendations to set your property with. So always, go ahead and follow those recommendations so that your property is not only well set with dynamic pricing, but also with the minimum stay settings that are also very important, so that you let's say perform at your best relatively to the market. Tip number 4, neighborhood data, future prices, booking pace, and market windows. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we make the best informed decisions for our portfolios or for our properties. And the one of the best ways to do this is by, of course, keeping track of how your prices are performing relatively to the market. That's what you have the neighborhood data and future prices chart for, the one you see down here up here at the left. So you're able to look at the market percentile prices. Those are the 3 different areas, colors that you see there on that chart. So that's important to look into what's the price that PriceLabs is recommended relatively to the market. And then you have the market history. That's going to tell you market occupancy, booking window, market length of stay, average ADR, and then compared, of course, with how you're performing. And tip number 5, portfolio analytics, the product that I already talked about, that it's a market dash. It's a dashboard that allows you to look into how your properties are performing, so that, of course, you can understand what you've done good, what needs to be done better, and then make changes so that you get to that end result that you're most probably that you have most probably set up yourself with into the future. So 5 very important tips for you to take into account when you're using PriceLabs, just things for you not to forget. And I guess that this is the end of our webinar. David, not sure if maybe you want to add something more.
No, there's some awesome tools that you were showing over there, and very, very nice. From my side, yeah, I'd like to leave a link so that anyone who is interested is able to have a demo. Obviously, there's a lot of functionality in 365 Villas. So if you want to know more and would like a real life demo, then I'm happy to share my calendar so that anyone can book and see more about 365 Villas.
Awesome. Yeah. So there's also your email down there, support@365villas. I think that we might have missed one L there on the word villas. So definitely make sure that you add that extra L there on your email. You also have PriceLabs support email, support@pricelabs.co. And now I'm going to take you real quick to our surprise that we had. And for those of you, I know there's 5, 6 of us right now that are probably are not working with PriceLabs yet. Write down this promo code 365villas PL 2025, because you're going to get 15% off for the first 3 months after your free trial has ended. Remember that everyone has a free trial period of a month. So right after this month is over, you're going to get 15% off. This is valid for sign-ups before August 15th. So we still have 1 month for this promotion to be valid. Remember, 365 Villas PL 2025 is the referral code that you need to mention when signing up. And that's it for today. We hope that what we have shared with you guys today has been helpful. I want to thank David for making these happening as well. And for
Thanks to you, Daniel, as well.
Being great partners of PriceLabs. Not sure if we've gotten any questions. Juan Pablo is saying thank you for the webinar. Juan Pablo, thank you so much for always being a great PriceLabs supporter. I know Juan Pablo shared through his community these webinars. So thank you for that. And then, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for everyone that joined us. Again, we're really sorry about the little bit of wait. But I'm glad that we were able to get this done, and until the next one. Thank you.
To the next one, Daniel. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
You as well.
Bye-bye.